Hello everyone, welcome to Wealthy Wisdom. In this video, we're going to talk about how I become financially free at early age. If you're new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. You want to be financially independent, never have to be concerned about money again, to tour the globe in comfort, to live the good life, quote on quotation. That is the stuff of fantasies. For the most part, it remains a pipe dream. They have been socialized to think that acquiring a lot of money and having fun is only attainable after decades of hard work. When they're over the age of 65, retired and graying, why would you want to begin enjoying life when it is going to end? That has always puzzled me. That doesn't have to be the case. You can alter your mentality and begin building a more wealthy life for yourself right now. Even if you're just getting started, even if you're as bankrupt as a joke. Here are several strategies to generate a lot of money and become financially independent while still young without living like Scrooge. The first step is to live within your means. Although it is overused, living within your means is the thread that connects all aspects of your personal finances. Financial independence is impossible without it. It's like driving a vehicle with no wheels. You won't go anywhere. Unfortunately, most individuals deal with being saddled with credit card obligations. Understanding this is critical since you will need to free up funds to spend for wealth growth. If you haven't already learned this time-honored ability, it may be one of the most difficult tasks you'll have to undertake. It will mean making difficult lifestyle adjustments and giving up uncontrollable spending habits that you have become used to. The human demand for rapid pleasure is the basis of the difficulty, and the answer is to consider the long term. Sacrifice unnecessary spending in order to have a better financial future. Learn to live with delayed satisfaction and avoid triggers that make you open your wallet like a water hydrant. Reduce wasteful spending in your budget. You'll be relieved when you have an emergency fund, have expanded your savings, have lowered or eliminated your debt, and have enough to invest. The second step is to learn how to handle your finances. Managing your money entails keeping track of every dollar that enters and exits your accounts. Make a precise budget to help you keep track of your costs, pay your bills on time, and meet your savings objectives. It also assists you in controlling impulsive spending and avoiding charges that are not budgeted for. A budget will not benefit you if you do not follow it regularly. Tracking every money that leaves your pocket is one of the finest methods to achieve this and have a better understanding of your finances. It does not have to be difficult or time-consuming. Some programs allow you to automate the process. When you examine your monthly spending report, you may discover that you spent more money than you thought on specific goods. You can plainly see where your money is going and which expenditures you should eliminate. When you simplify your finances, managing your money becomes a lot simpler. Streamlining your accounts, invoices, credit cards, loans, and so on makes it simpler to keep track of your money and retain more of it. Rather of having many accounts dispersed everywhere, combine them into a single check and savings account with one or two institutions. You'll decrease paperwork, negotiate reduced costs, and get an overview of your account with a single sign-on to the internet banking platform if you consolidate your account. There is no need to sign into each account individually. Consolidate your debts as much as possible. It is far simpler to keep track of one payment than it is to keep track of many loans and most likely wind up incurring late penalties. After you've merged your accounts to make your finances easier to manage, you can use technology to make things even easier. There are several applications available that may automate processes such as saving, investing, paying bills, and more. Automation will save you time, which you can then devote to jobs with a better return on investment, ROI, such as financial analysis. Plus, you won't have to worry about missing a bill payment. The next step is to learn how to save and invest money. Save money regardless of your circumstances. Most individuals make the mistake of telling themselves that they will begin saving when their salary rises. That moment, however, never arrives, and when life throws them a curveball as it always does, they stumble and fail. If you don't have any place in your budget for saves, Look for methods to grow your income or lower your cost, or better yet, do both. Simply said, save money. This is really essential. It's time to start investing when you've saved up to 6 months worth of living costs in an emergency fund. When you put your money to work for you, you will reach financial independence quicker. Of course, certain periods are better than others for investing. However, since you're not a fortune teller, it is best to invest regardless of market conditions. By dollar cost averaging into the stock market, you may reduce your risk. Diversify your investments across many assets to protect yourself from unpleasant shocks. Stocks, peer-to-peer lending, cash, fixed income assets, and real estate should all be part of your portfolio. You will not suffer a significant loss if a black swan event occurs in any of the sectors. Fourth, avoid debt unless it increases your income. You cannot achieve financial independence if you owe money to banks or other individuals. Make a plan to get out of debt as soon as feasible. Begin by modifying the behaviors that led to your debt in the first place. First, pay off credit cards and other high-interest consumer debts. Then, progressively pay off mortgages and student debts, which usually have lower interest rates. And once you've eliminated debt in an area, you should never return. You won't be debt-free tomorrow, but the sooner you start fighting them, the sooner you'll get there. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's now continue to the next. Begin with a strategy. What it means to be financially free differs from person to person as much as our looks do. While you may be pleased with the newest Gulfstream aircraft and your own private island, others are fine with just living comfortably and debt-free. To live the life you desire, you must first determine what financial freedom means to you. Be as explicit as possible. Define your desired financial balance, lifestyle, and schedule for achieving them. Then do an audit of your current financial situation. Be objective and honest. This will assist you in developing a long-term objective and determining the effort required to bridge the gap between your present status and your desired outcome. Finally, set smaller objectives and milestones at regular intervals to help you progress toward your ultimate goal. The sixth habit to learn is to not trade time for money. Traditional 50-hour work weeks may not be enough to produce lots of money quickly. Most financially successful individuals don't work 9-to-5 jobs. You may work hard for 50 hours a week, sacrificing weekends, and the employer may appreciate you and offer you a raise. And you work for years till you retire and live off your savings. The issue with this paradigm is that it is time limited. We all have 24 hours in a day, but most of that time is taken up by other activities, giving you 10 hours to trade for cash. Time is the most valuable resource since it is finite. Because time is money, you will always be restricted. How can you avoid wasting time and make time for what matters most? Start by swapping time for value. People admire your abilities, expertise, and talents. When you change your mindset, you open yourself up to unlimited possibilities. Money is everywhere. Find out something you can do better than others, without being the greatest, and shamelessly advertise yourself. There are many methods to make money with your expertise. Freelancers set their own rates and pick their clients, or become an expert in your area and sell an ebook, blog, training course, or consulting services. Why? Most operations can be automated, giving you time to enjoy margaritas on a beach. Your profits continue. Since you don't have to sell, you may establish additional passive income streams and build your money quicker. And last is learn to invest in yourself. To be valuable, you must value your personal and professional progress. It's a good investment. It provides you compounding profits and improves your present value. Drop bad habits and pick up new, more productive ones every day. Invest in classes to improve your abilities. If you work for yourself, you'll be better prepared to negotiate a raise. Self-improvement includes health. Eat well, get enough sleep, and exercise. Poor health precludes wealth. Investing in yourself to boost productivity, income, and quality of life. It influences not just your interactions with the outside world, but also your self-esteem. There's no simple method to accumulate riches. To become financially free and have enough money to play with, you must put in the necessary labor and discipline. Putting these 7 recommendations into action and making them a habit can accelerate your financial progress and put you up for a bright future. You need to live beneath your means. Learn to manage money, save, invest, avoid debt unless it makes you money, always have a plan, stop exchanging time for money, and invest in yourself. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like this video, do give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Thank you and goodbye.